Hi, I'm Deb Smith, Director of Recreation and Wellness here at NHTI, and I used to coach back in the day for 15, 16 years, the NHTI softball team, and great experience.
I'm Kerry Finnigan. I am the head softball coach now. I took over for Deb, I guess 9 years ago. It goes by fast.
It does. Yeah, and Kerry's done, I just want to say, Kerry, you've done a great job, and he's had a lot of tremendous athletes. He's probably going to tell you about them, hopefully, and share some good stories, and hopefully I can share some stories as well, and back in the day, and some of our favorite highlights and favorite points.
Yeah, we have had some success over the past several years, and we've gone to the national tournament 5 out of the last 6 years, and done pretty well there. We hold our own. A lot of great memories there. A lot of great kids. They got a lot of stories. I don't know how much time you have.
Tell us something.
Coaching community college softball, it's a different animal. Prior to coming here, I was at St. Anselm's Division II school, assistant coach there, and I can say it's a total kind of different atmosphere, different kid, and but I'll tell you, I've had more fun here than any place else I've coached. As far as going down your list on top teams and things, the 2018 team, which started out with a trip to Florida, was probably the best talented team we had. We had 5 All-Americans, 4 first team, 1 second team All-American. 1 through 9, we were just loaded. Everybody in the lineup hit at least 2 home runs.
Wow.
And we led the nation in home runs, we led the nation in scoring, RBIs, most offensive stats. And it started out with a trip to Florida, our one and only trip, and we lost our first 3 games. And, geez. We then won the next 5 in Florida and continued on. We won 28 straight games going into the national tournament that year. It ended up losing in the national semifinals, but definitely the most talented team I've had.
Was that out in Ohio, Kerry?
That one was, no, that was it in Western Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania,
Boys.
yeah, okay, yeah.
A brand new facility, beautiful. I think it was the first year they had it there,
Yeah.
2018. So, and you've had some great players.
Yep, through the years, it's crazy because it's so long ago.
Well,
my years of melding together in a little foggy.
I'm having a hard time remembering last year.
Coach Finnigan did a great job with the years and stuff, and I may not do as well with that, but I can certainly remember one highlight was I think it was a 2000 team when Mel Keeler Crane, now she's married, was pitching and at the helm, and I think we ended up 14-1. We didn't play as many games back then. The USCAA was really not around. It was the Northern New England Small College Athletic Association and YSCC and so forth. It's kind of a smaller scale, but what we had to do to kind of keep them motivated and keep it fun was play other 4-year schools like St. Anselm's that Coach coached at, and Plymouth State, used to be Plymouth State College, and Franklin Pierce and St. Mike's and some of those. And that was great competition. It just kept it fun. It kept you in the hunt because the small community college conference at the time wasn't very strong. So you had to be creative and create ways to keep the kids interested and keep them in the hunt and keep them alive. And because we had some tremendous athletes like Mel and Christine Netto and
else.
Yeah, Shaylin Nepatolano came a year or so after that. And
Mel went on to have a 2-year career at Southern New Hampshire.
That's right.
Did very well there. She was awesome.
She's All-American Hall of Fame, both there and at NHTI, and yeah, D2 strong. Yeah.
We had her at an alumni game a couple of years ago, and she was still firing. She don't mind throwing it inside either.
No.
She was tough.
No, she's still a tough cookie. Yeah, still a tough cookie. But a lot of great kids. I think like you touched upon too, there's such an array of different athletes and different talent and different skills that I think it really presses us as coaches and them as players to try to fit together and work on each other and play as a team. And I think all of us have done, and they as athletes have done a good job at that. Like, person that's really highly skilled maybe that comes in learns from the lower skilled person, and the lower skilled person teaches the higher skilled person something. So that's a really unique dynamic to be in.
I'll tell you that, obviously going to the Nationals and playing and going away, but those are great memories, but really some of the fondest memories I have is the 13th or 14th kid that can't play a lick, comes to practice all the time, gets better, and ends up contributing. And I mean, those, and I don't know if you remember Alyssa Brown.
Yes.
Came from Keene.
Yep.
She come the first day, she had her pink bag. Ooh, sweetest kid, nicest kid. And,
absolutely.
She couldn't play a lick, and she'll tell you that, but she learned and worked, came to practice, and I'll tell you, she hit a 2-run single in the championship, YSCC champion. We won 3-2, and I'll tell you, the smile on her face. Oh,
those are the moments.
Those are the moments that really stand out. Obviously the success and winning championships and all that is great, but those moments you never forget.
Yep. Those in the van rides.
Well, there's also a certain road trip that I have to talk about. I'm dominating.
No, go. I would love this.
We went up to College of St. Joe's, and Paul was great because he'd always get them to come down.
Yep.
I only went up there one time, and we were going up there on a Friday night. It was the one year that we didn't go to the Nationals. We weren't good. Our numbers were low. We had 9 kids on the team, and we were going up there for a doubleheader on a Friday night, staying over, and playing a doubleheader Saturday morning. So we're playing 4 games in 24 hours with 9 kids. 1 pitcher, 1 catcher. 2 of the girls, and we had one in right, one in left, never played before, couldn't play a lick. And it was just unbelievable. But right away we had an injury. One of the girls hurt her finger, broke a finger. So we had to stick her. I think we stuck her over at third base, and she also got a knee in the face. She was bleeding. She was a wreck. The poor kid.
My gosh.
But Brianna was our pitcher. Brianna Whitcomb pitched it everywhere. I put one Danny McNichols in for 1 inning, but she couldn't throw a strike. She wasn't a pitcher. So Bree pitched all 4 games. Her parents were up there, and they were keeping track of the pitch count. Oh no, she threw over 600 pitches.
Oh my
With a ton. And I just kept saying, I'm sorry. She's our only pitcher. And so, making it short, we split with them. We should have won 3 games. We ended up winning 2 of the games, but it was the turn of events. So one of the girls, Treasure, was out in right field, couldn't swing the bat. So we had her bunt every time. And they kind of knew it eventually, but she got up with the bases loaded. Do you remember Treasure?
I remember the name, yep.
So they all come in, they know she's going to bunt because she can't swing. She bunts it and hits it. So she actually bunted at 1 in the dirt. And the ball hit the bat, and it jumped off, and it got by the fielders charging, and it knocked in 2 runs. I mean, Wake and I are just like, what?
Yeah.
It was just incredible to them.
It is. It's times like that and players like that, that make it all happen. And I can remember back in the day, we used to talk about numbers too. It's crazy. We'd recruit 35 kids to get 11.
To this day, it's the same thing.
Same thing, right? But it's funny, when it washes out, it seems like you get those 9 committed or 10 or 11 committed players to go out there and learn and do stuff. But it is crazy, because I can remember thinking, oh my gosh, are we really going to have this? I mean, we had a preseason camp all set up. We used to bring them in a week before and do a camp and conditioning and all that. And it's just crazy how it ends up but good stuff.
Good stuff.
Good stuff.
Well, when I took over for you, it was late.
Yes.
For the fall season, it was like mid-August, I think.
Was it? Oh my gosh, yeah.
And you got me a list of all these players. I started calling them.
Yep.
Holy God. For some of them, they didn't even, they didn't even go to school here.
Oh,
but it was a big list.
Oh my gosh.
And, so I got all these kids. At first practice, we had 3 kids. And I'm going,
You build it. You build it and you just keep putting out numbers and numbers and numbers, and you hope for it. But you've done a great job too, because the numbers start to come, the program starts to come, the more success you have, it just it takes a while after coaches change too to build it back up.
It is. It's hard to change the culture of it though.
Yeah.
It's still a 2-year community college.
Yep.
I was thrilled. We had 17 on the roster this fall.
You had a great fall numbers.
That's nice. It's really nice. But that's the most we've ever had by far.
Oh yeah.
I'm hoping it continues, but you just don't know. I mean, not especially with the COVID thing,
Yeah.
And year to year, it's you turn over your team in 2 years usually. Some kids play 3, but you go through a lot of players.
But it's nice. You develop friendships and lifelong, relationships.
Man.
They come back. Hey, coach. I know I see them.
Well, part of the great thing now, I have 2 assistant coaches that play.
That's right.
Tori LeMay, 4-time All-American. Kate Andritz, great shortstop.
Yep.
And Emma Gagnon comes by and helps out. Marsha Lange comes out at practice. They love coming to practice and working out with us.
What's nice is they keep playing.
Yeah,
a lot of
and
times
they all
on
play
the
on the
women's
same
side.
team. Yeah.
That's right. They keep playing, or they find it. Like back in my day, they find adult leagues to play, or modified fast pitch, or they keep going on and they find ways to stay involved.
So they had a good experience, so they wouldn't be playing anymore. So you kind of feel good about that.
Yep. The love of the game and the love of the program. So.
Yeah. Well, it's been a good run.
Yep.
I did want to mention some of the All-Americans we had. Like I said, Tori LeMay was a 4-time All-American. She was unbelievable. Marsha Lange, 2-time All-American. Daniel McNicholas from Raymond was All-American. Brianna Conley and Brianna Witt was a 2nd team. So,
nice.
And I'll tell you, a lot of those, like Brianna Witt coming out of high school was not highly recruited or thought of, she just, but boy, after her 3 years, she was an unbelievable player. She just, great base runner, hitter, she pitched, could put her anywhere, any position. And I mean any position, first, catcher, pitch, anywhere. She was something.
Yep.
But those are some outstanding players we've had. You mentioned some.
Yep, Mel Keeler-Crane, Shaylin Nepatolano, Steph Young, she caught for Mel back in the day.
That's a chore right there.
Yeah, exactly.
Mel could throw hard.
Allison Stevro, she was a Pinkerton kid. Christine Netto was from a Pembroke Academy kid. There's so many. Michelle Cody was from Vermont. She came out of the blue and pitched for us. There was just Katie Sedita. I think she was a Manchester kid.
Yeah, I coached Katie in high school.
Yep. It just goes, on and on and on the list. And like I said, it was nice to see, they were MVPs or all conference, something like that. The first All-American when they started the USCAA and so forth. But D. Bird, Donna Bird, all kinds of different names come to mind, but just great teams, great cohesiveness. Bree Trudeau, she was a Spalding kid, phenomenal dental hygiene gal that played third base, quick as they come, fast, could bunt, could hit, could do all that stuff. But I think what really, when you look at it, it's the, like Coach said, the relationships, the fun times, a lot, and they just grow and improve, and then they have those successes along the way too. But they come back and they keep in touch.
Yeah,
that's
cool.
That's what's cool. It's run like a family, And I think that's from the top down. I think Coach Ogie does a great job as an athletic director with all of us as coaches, as a family, and we just trickle it down to our teams. And that's really fun.
And it's not as easy as like a 4-year college.
Yeah.
Where the kids are staying 4 years, or, you know, a high school program, they go to class with each other every day. I mean, some of these kids never see each other unless they're playing on the softball field.
On the softball field, that's right.
You know, most of them commute, they work.
And you come in, you get used to them, and it's like they're going.
Yeah.
It's like coming and going.
So it's one of the things we try to do every year is to promote the, you know, the team unity
Yeah.
through bonding, do different things, and it's good you have to, because
Yeah.
the girls aren't, sometimes they're not as outgoing as the guys, you know, they're not ready to jump right in.
Used to play, in fact, they, because you talk about, you know, the USCAA and the incredible opportunities, you guys had to go to nationals and stuff, and we just didn't have that. But, so we would try to do things like you just said. We'd go on whitewater rafting trips, or we took them to Boston when they won the championship, or we rented a limo and took them for the day, or just silly stuff like that. But that's the stuff, like you said, again, they remember and come back to, so.
Yeah, they don't remember the championships as much. You remember their friendships more.
Yeah, yeah.